The Siren archetype. The psychology of magnetic power. There is a reason the Siren is one of the most dangerous archetypes in Robert Greene's The Art of Seduction. She doesn't persuade, she doesn't chase, and she doesn't command through force. Her power comes from something more primal and invisible: the ability to awaken longing in others without saying a word. The Siren doesn't move through logic, she moves through emotion. And emotion, when handled correctly, is far stronger than reason. Throughout history, the Siren has existed in different forms. Cleopatra, Marilyn Monroe, Mata Hari. They were not merely beautiful women, they were emotional architects. They understood how to turn attention into addiction. To be near them was to enter another world, one that felt slower, warmer, charged with possibility. They didn't just attract, they transformed the emotional climate around them. That's the essence of a Siren. She doesn't pursue people, she pulls them out of themselves. The psychology behind this power lies in one universal truth: people are starved for feeling. The modern world is loud, practical, and painfully rational. People wake up, work, chase goals, and survive on autopilot. But beneath all that control is a quiet hunger for escape, for something or someone that reminds them what it feels like to be alive again. The Siren embodies that escape. She becomes the mirror of suppressed desire, the answer to unspoken longing. When she enters the room, she doesn't fight for attention. Attention naturally orbits her because she represents what people are secretly missing. What makes the Siren different from the average seductive type is her sense of contrast. She doesn't blend in. She moves against the current of her environment. If the world is moving fast, she slows down. If others are loud, she lowers her voice. She creates stillness where there is chaos, warmth where there is coldness. This contrast pulls people toward her because it creates a subtle sense of tension. The human brain is wired to notice what breaks the pattern. The Siren doesn't compete, she disrupts gracefully. There is also something profoundly psychological about her stillness. The Siren is never in a rush because she is never in need. Her movements are deliberate, her gaze unhurried, her words soaked in subtext. Every gesture communicates control, but not dominance. It's the control of someone who knows their worth. That confidence is hypnotic. Most people betray their insecurity through over-explaining, oversharing, or trying too hard to impress. The Siren does the opposite. She withholds, allowing others to project their fantasies onto her. People don't fall for her because of who she is. They fall for what they believe she represents. In Robert Greene's framework, the Siren is a master of emotional suggestion. She doesn't seduce through logic or argument. She seduces through experience. Cleopatra understood this perfectly. When she met Julius Caesar, she didn't rely on beauty alone. She crafted an entire atmosphere. She had herself smuggled into his palace, rolled in a carpet, emerging like a living myth. When she met Mark Antony, she arrived on a barge shimmering with gold, perfumed air, and soft music. It wasn't seduction, it was theater. She knew that people don't remember facts. They remember how you make them feel. Marilyn Monroe possessed the same instinct. Her voice, that soft and breathy tone, was engineered to sound like a secret being whispered. She exaggerated her vulnerability, her slowness, her playfulness, until it became an aura. But underneath that softness was intention. Every gesture, every pause, was a controlled act designed to evoke emotion. She didn't dominate men through aggression. She disarmed them through fantasy. To become a Siren is not to imitate Cleopatra or Monroe. It's to understand what they understood. Emotional control is power. Most people try to impress through words, logic, or effort. The Siren seduces through feeling. She studies how her presence affects people, how her tone shifts a room, how her stillness draws eyes. It's not manipulation, it's awareness. The Siren's magnetism begins within her own relationship with herself. She must believe that she is enough, that her energy alone has value. Without that belief, everything collapses into performance. The siren's influence is not gender-bound. There are male sirens too, men who carry the same emotional gravity, the same effortless sensuality, the same quiet confidence. Figures like Prince, Mick Jagger, or even actors like Alain Delon have used the same principles. They blur masculine and feminine energies, creating a sense of intrigue that defies categorization. They are unpredictable, fluid, magnetic. Their power lies in how comfortable they are with emotional expression, how easily they let others feel seen without saying much at all. At its core, the Siren archetype is a study in energy. She draws people not by trying to control them, but by controlling herself. She is emotionally deliberate. When she speaks, she does so with presence. When she listens, she makes the other person feel like they're the only one in the room. She doesn't rush to fill silence. She lets it breathe. She understands that attention is currency, and she spends it wisely. But there's a darker side to her power. When people project their fantasies onto you, they stop seeing you as human. They see only what they want. The siren can easily become trapped in her own illusion, desired, adored, yet deeply lonely. She must learn to protect her identity from the intoxication of being idealized. The danger isn't in being desired, it's in being consumed. True mastery of the siren archetype lies not just in creating desire, but in managing it, keeping boundaries firm enough to remain whole while still allowing others to dream. The lessons of the siren go beyond seduction. They apply to leadership, art, communication, and influence. People follow those who make them feel. In a world flooded with information, emotional resonance has become the ultimate power. The siren reminds us that presence outweighs performance, tone outweighs argument, and energy outweighs words. When you slow down, when you speak with intention, when you truly inhabit your emotions, you stop chasing attention and start attracting it. To apply the siren's principles to life, you must learn to master emotional contrast. Be the calm in the storm. Develop a sense of stillness that others can feel. Use mystery sparingly, not to deceive, but to preserve depth. Don't overshare. Let people earn your truth. Speak with warmth, but carry silence like a weapon. Move with purpose and never appear hurried. The moment you start chasing attention, you lose the essence of a siren. Attention is drawn to those who already have it. The siren archetype teaches one timeless lesson. Power comes not from force, but from magnetism. Influence isn't about being the loudest in the room, but the most grounded. In a world addicted to exposure, the siren wins through restraint. In a culture obsessed with validation, she captivates by embodying self-assurance. Her allure doesn't come from trying to be desired. It comes from living as though desire were inevitable. To master the siren's energy is to master the emotional space between people. It's to understand that seduction isn't about taking control of others. It's about creating a feeling they cannot forget. The siren is a reminder that in the end, the most irresistible thing in the world is confidence wrapped in mystery, warmth balanced with distance, and the ability to make others feel seen while never revealing everything yourself. Robert Greene once said, "Power is not what you do to others, but what you make them feel." The siren lives by that truth. Her strength lies not in action, but in atmosphere, not in words, but in energy. To those who encounter her, she is unforgettable, not because she demands attention, but because she becomes the emotional experience they didn't know they were searching for.